Hi, this is Jimmy Palmiotti, and you're listening to Teen Nerd Herd Podcast. And if you want to do it right, you collect what you like.
This is a DJ Catwoman show.
What up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of Movies and Shows with Comics and Pops, and we are going to be reviewing Warrior on HBO Max. But before we get started, we have a supersized panel for you today. And let's kick it off with the lovely Lucy Mama Comic. How you doing?
Yay!
Hi, I'm good. Hi, guys. How's everybody? How's everybody doing?
We're happy and ready to review.
Oh, yeah. We're ready to talk about this.
We're ready to talk about hot Asian guys. That's what we're ready to talk about.
Hell yeah. I like
Yeah, right.
Where's my husband at?
Oh.
Is he in the chat?
No, he's on the show, bro. He's on the show. He's throwing.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Oh, never mind. I'm just
Oh, what? Is Lucy blushing?
No, I was going to say something bad, not good for him.
Go for
it. No.
We encourage badness around
me.
here.
No, he'll kill me if I say it.
Oh. Okay. So we'll pause right there. What's going on, Steve? How you doing?
What's going on, Alonzo? It's your boy Steve, aka HipHopsInMe_comics_collectible, your one-to scale collector, comic book lover, and chaser of all things nostalgic. And in this sense, I'm a lover of the Warrior, man. Let's bring fighting. What's going on, JR? Talk to me, brother.
Nothing much. I was about to get mad at Alonzo, though, because he's calling it a supersized panel. I was like, what is that, a fat crack?
I know, man.
I was half expecting it.
You fat shaming me.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just had lunch. Thanks.
Yeah, I know.
You're welcome.
But anyways, I'm here to have some fun. Got off of work finally. It's a good day. So how are you doing over there, Hood Rat?
Oh, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm Hood Rat. You're a Hood Rat. We're all Hood Rats, man. And, yo, man, I ain't afraid to say, man, I had some crushes on some of these women up in this, some of these Asian beautiful women, and some of these guys, man, because, man crush for reals, bro. Man crush all the way, bro. These dudes are tight, man. It's good to see some strong Asian men on TV, right, Alonzo?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Like, I really enjoyed the entire series. I could not stop watching it. I mean, everything was just, it's beautiful. Like, we're talking everything. The actors, actresses, the set, everything. Fully amazing. But let's give a quick shout out to the chat. Steve, you are the man, the myth, the legend, the voice.
Yeah, let's go ahead and run the herd down, man. Let's go ahead and run the herd down. We are blessed today on a Tuesday before New Comic Book Day. What's going on? Something Wong. You know something right's going to happen because he's our moderator for Team Nerd Herd Podcast, y'all. Much love to my man and my brother, Something Wong. Brother Rudy, what's going on?
Brother Rudy
is in the house. Our other Team Nerd Herd moderator. He is the man. He is our man, 50 grand for life. And with that being said, let's go ahead and keep creeping down. We ain't gonna greet Hip Hop's in me. He from what I hear, he's not cool. Oh,
I heard the same thing.
I that's what I heard, bro.
Self-absorbed.
My brothers, Friday. The low grades, Ross,
no grades,
and my man Jay too. What's going on? Eman from the C-List Villain Podcast. If you guys aren't watching them, if you guys aren't downloading their podcast, the heck you waiting on?
I was chilling with them last night. Last night, man. They were on, bro. I was just chilling over there in the live chat, man, hanging out.
That's right, man.
Shit.
That's right. HK Wifey Sheena is in the building. What's going on, girl? Hey, girl. Hey. Let's see here, man. We got.
You gotta say like the hey.
Hey. You know, like sometimes you got to drop them with a hey. What's going on, Lord Chucks, the BLCC, the biggest little city collectors. Go on and check them out on Saturdays, sábados, 4:00. Here it is, right here. Como está, papá? That is my brother. My brother, Chewy Jesus Coria. ¿Cómo estás, papá? And that's it, man. We are all caught up. I think we could get down with this review because I'm ready.
Oh, all right. Let's do it. Thanks a lot, Steve, for breaking it down for us.
Most step.
let's get her started. Since we have the lovely Lucy here on the show, do you want to break it down for us and kind of summarize the show?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, this show I started watching it first because of my husband. He loves Asian shows and movies and stuff like that. So this one, it's about based on the late 19th century. So the early years of San Francisco, I want to say.
Mhm.
So and it's a drama, crime, and it has so much action. And it's in San Francisco, and it's about the gang wars of the Chinese.
The
Mhm.
tongues.
Right.
Yeah,
Tongues.
yes. And so it's the Chinatown, and it's at the same time the Irish when against the Chinese because they take the jobs where they can get paid less. They do cheaper labor, and so uh the Irish are not happy about that because they feel
No, they
that they're
ain't.
part of the country now since they fought wars for the United States. So they feel that they deserve that right. So it's just I don't know, it's such a good show. I've been since I started watching when season 2 came out. That's when I started watching it, and I've been telling everybody that I know, watch this, you have to watch it. I've been so excited about this show, and if you like that time period, the late the early, I mean, it's what is it, the
Turn of the
It's
century.
in the 19 like in the
1900
what the
early
1900s,
40s,
1920s,
yeah.
1908,
20s,
40s.
yeah, some
No,
40
it's-
something like that. Yeah,
Got to be earlier than that.
Yeah, can you go back? Can you go to the slide there, Ian? The
it's
next
before cars.
next slide?
It was before
Yeah.
cars.
Yes,
That's what I was
before
saying. It's like
cars,
1910,
definitely.
right around then.
Oh, it's okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Late 1800s.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
1800s. There you go.
1800s.
Okay.
Sorry,
Gosh,
late
man.
1900s. Late 18. That's what I
You-
meant.
yeah, for sure.
You know what? Late 1800s, early 1900s. It's the same thing.
It's we're
Yeah,
we're
okay,
getting
okay.
into the
Right, right.
1900s. That's
Okay.
it.
Oh, such a trip about this that you talk about history, man. Is like I grew up in the Bay, and it was a trip to see people from China, people from different
Writing.
parts of the world that were in their third, fourth generation in America.
That's crazy.
And I was like, it's crazy because this is it, right? Like they in the 1800s, there's like 3 generations, and
yeah.
that's what they would call, like back in the Bay, like they would call like the third generation people like ABCs. Right? Or Alonzo, right? ABCs,
Yep.
American-born Chinese, because
American-born Chinese.
Mhm.
because it's like, we're more American than we are wherever we came from.
Right.
And it was
Yeah.
a trip, man. So you can see
Yeah.
those layers, man. Because in the Bay Area, you see a lot of cats, man, that are like American-born, third, fourth generation already. It's a trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to echo like both Ian and Lucy's points, I mean, this thing it's historical. I mean, you're coming here where like the Chinese are immigrating into the United States, specifically San Francisco, and I mean they're just wanting a new life. They're trying to get away from their old life, just like a lot of the immigrants, right? A lot of us who are parents kind of immigrated here, or even if we immigrated here, we just want a better life.
Yeah.
And essentially, this is exactly what happens. But instead of looking at it from a Caucasian perspective, we're looking at it from an Asian perspective, which I think it's fantastic. I think it's a lot different than what we've seen on TV. So I think HBO Max or Cinemax, when it was first ran, I mean, just knocked it out of the park with having this different story or different show, for everybody.
Yeah, I think this is great. I mean, it's a spaghetti western. You got Shannon Lee. You got Shannon Lee as the executive producer as well. So, I mean, there's Bruce Lee influence in the main protagonist in this show, man, and I love it. I mean,
isn't
Yeah.
also based on his writings too?
Yes, it is. It
Yes.
is. I like how she talks about like how she found them going through his stuff, and she found them that he wrote this to try to make it like a movie or show, but back in the day they didn't want it because he was Chinese Nation guy, so they didn't want to make this to work on his project. So he put it away, and she found them. It's freaking amazing.
Heyo.
Yep, and Bruce Lee, man. Everybody thinks this is in San Francisco, Chinatown, but Bruce Lee really started it out in Oakland, Chinatown, man. You guys know that, man. Like that's one of the prides of Oakland, man. Is Bruce Lee, man. He started his own studio above like one of the restaurants I used to go to a kid in Joylight Club, man. So
nice.
like it's dope,
Nice. Dude, that's awesome. Well, thanks guys for summarizing everything up. So let's kind of get into the cast. So here we go with season 1. This is where we first get to learn about everybody that's in both, this season and the subsequent seasons. Let's start off with Lucy. So Lucy, who was your favorite?
Who'd you have a crush on?
No, well, obviously Andrew, the crush.
I know, right? I had a crush on him too.
Is it the abs? Is it the abs? Is that it?
No, it's just his style. I don't know. He's just
he has swag. Oh, he has swag, man.
Yeah, but our favorites is definitely Young June, and also oh my God, Chow. Those two are one of our favorite characters on the show. And well, I guess Andrew too. Like he's
you know what? You can pick more than one. You can pick 3. I mean, you can keep going, Lucy.
Yeah, you can pick the whole cast, girl. Come on.
Oh my goodness, the whole cast. But no, they're definitely like I like Jung Joon. I like him, and then I like Chow. I think that's his name, right? Am I saying it right?
Yep, it's Chow.
Yeah, I like them too. Those are kind of like my favorite ones. I like those two. I think that's it. I can't think. And then the girl who runs the
brothel.
Yes, her. She's freaking badass.
She's my crush, yo. She's my crush.
Yes, she's amazing. Yeah, those 3. I'm gonna say.
All right.
Nobody will ever mess with me. JR, you can't mess with me. I'll get my girl. She'll just.
That's right. So what about you, Steve? Who are your favorite characters?
Yo, I gotta go with my man Young Ju, man, and also Andrew, man. I mean, just seeing Andrew in the martial arts scenes kind of really takes me back to like Bruce Lee influence. Takes me back to martial arts influence. I also like Chow too, man, because he was really crafty in the series. He had his hand with everybody, and I mean, he was just like really for Andrew in certain parts of this series. I mean. Even Young, it played a great role. I think he really did that role justice. I think he really felt for Andrew, and they were more like, like brothers from another mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to go with my girl, man, that runs the brothel, man. She is just drop dead gorgeous, but she got attitude. She's smart, and she really kind of, you get to really see her in the show, kind of really evolve in her character and everything like that. And I also like the Irish cops that are there, man. I mean, they kind of get wrapped up in this series too. It's a mystery. They're kind of tying them in. You're seeing their what like these Asian immigrants had to deal with. I mean, they weren't really accepted, and I mean, this is just an awesome cast. I mean, they really put this well together, man. What about you, JR? What's cracking?
I mean, pretty much everyone you guys said. Andrew from the get-go, when that first opening scene where they knock the guy's food out of his hands, and he just beats the shit out of the cops.
Oh.
I mean, just like in a second. I mean, I'm not even gonna try, but basically knocks him like that, and the guy's like, "What the fuck just happened?"
First episode, as soon as it starts, it's already good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I mean, I love that. I mean, I actually like his sister. She's a bitch. She's evil, but
respectful.
Evil respects evil. I mean, I like her. I like her man boy. I forget his name. That almost kills our guy.
Yeah, Lee Young.
Yeah, but he's just.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Joe.
His character, you just love to hate him.
Yeah.
He's just such an asshole. You're just like, oh, I can't wait till you get served up. I just cannot wait for it.
But you know what? Like, I think I like it. Yeah, I like him too because, like, I feel that he thinks he's doing what's right,
Yes.
and he doesn't know what shitty shit the other girl is doing, So
yeah,
I think,
and I mean, and I like in later episodes, like when he finds out, like, "Oh, that's your brother that you wanted me to kill? You're fucked up." I mean, he basically goes there just like, "You could have told me that like last season, a while ago,
Oh,
before you said like go ahead and just cut him."
Yep.
I really like the second cop, the one that ends up running from the law, because he ended up killing the guys that killed his girlfriend.
Yes.
I sympathize with him. I mean, I get it. It's I like that they kind of put that avenue in there of a white guy having that kind of relationship, because that's unheard of at that time.
Yep.
But overall, the whole cast is fucking phenomenal. Even
man.
Father June. I mean, he's a dick, but
Yes, I like him too.
Straight hard.
Awesome, yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to. You like every character, like you have like a little, like I was telling my husband, like even the Irish, like you hate them, but then there's like some stuff that, like they show their personal life, and it makes you feel for them, and you understand why the way they are, and you kind of understand both sides. And you,
though I have no sympathy for the governor or the guy that takes over his role.
His lackey.
Those two can eat a bag of dicks.
Oh, big time. Yes, I agree. Yeah.
I mean,
oh man,
those two just. I don't know. I mean, the governor just reminds me of every politician we know. Just as fucking stupid as hell with his puppet master behind him.
Yep.
And I just can't wait to find out the story of how this guy lost his legs and stuff. I mean, we got kind of insight, a little bit of it, but it sounds like this guy is a Southerner, because I forgot who showed a picture that he was on the wrong side of the war.
Oh, the sister, that she's the one who finds the picture, and she's kind of like blackmailing him, kind of, right? So he can help her, because he was not going to help her anymore.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then she finds that picture, and then she was like, "No, mother trucker, you're gonna help me because you're gonna help me."
That's right. That's right.
Oh, shout out to Laura is in the building.
Laura, look at that.
What's up, Laura?
We got Near and Nirvana up in the house.
Yep.
Alonzo, what about you, brother? I gotta know.
Here we go. First of all, like, just something Wong had a quick question. You can find this show Warrior on HBO Max. It is there. Hopefully, you have an HBO Max account. I mean, you can binge the crap out of this. It's awesome. So for me, I liked the two ladies, Atoy and Mei Ling, because like these characters, they're not helpless characters. They're strong female characters. I mean, each of them, in their own right. One's a leader of the entire gang. Another one manages this entire brothel, and she doesn't take shit from anybody. I mean, how often do you see like shows where women are empowered? They don't take crap from anybody. They make their own rules and make their own destinies, and they just go with it. And all of these men are all following their example, or all in line with them. And I think it's fantastic. We need more shows like this. And I think Warrior really does that. And let's kind of just talk about stereotypes here. Typically, Asian women are always the ones that are very silent and always in the background behind their man, being at home, just taking care of the kids, doing stuff like that. But in this show, it's all about breaking stereotypes. And I love it. I love how they're front and center. They're the ones that are manipulating all these men. They're the ones that are kind of creating chaos. And I love it. And then I also...
They're playing chess.
That's right. Where everybody else is playing checkers, except for Chow. And I love Chow because he was on Banshee from Cinemax, and I loved him in Banshee. And as soon as I heard, because I didn't know anybody else in this cast besides Dustin Nguyen from 21 Jump Street, I was just like, dude, this is the guy from Banshee. I'm like, I'm there. And Chow is awesome. I love his character. I love how he's like this shady business guy and likes to work both sides. of of the gangs, and he always has an angle to play. And I mean, he evolves as a character too, because you find out in season 2 that he actually has a daughter. So I mean, this is just so much good stuff. And to everybody's point, I mean, the cast, they have so much chemistry. I mean, you really can't go wrong with picking like one person or multiple people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's again, great cast. What about you, Ian?
Oh man, I gotta give props to Father June, man. He's played by Perry Young, born and raised in Oakland, man. When I heard Perry Young talk, man, I could recognize that accent. You know, there's a very unique accent to someone that grew up in Oakland, man. And he brought it with the deep voice, you know, and he had the wisdom, man. Father June was dope, bro. I love Father June, the character, man. I love the actor. And then no one said nothing about Hong, bro. Hong was dope too, man. Season 2, man. Come on, bro. Hong comes in just whipping ass. He comes in like he just has no filter. He has no filter, and you think this guy, man, that guy's whack, bro.
But season, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about
season.
first season. That's why.
Yeah, we're talking about season 1.
Yeah, he comes through. Oh, just season 1. Okay,
That's
you're
he's my favorite guy.
Ian.
He got ahead of
him. But yo, man, Autoy, man, the lips on that lady, man. Oh my god, man. Oh, geez, man. You know, but she's dope too, man. She's one of my favorites, man. She has a lot of heart, you know, but she's also trying to make a better life for herself. And like her story, man, her backstory was dope too, man. Like how she made it out, man, and how she's trying to make it. And then, you know, my favorite man of all, man, is Young-Joon, man. Young-Joon, you know, he's all heart, man. He's all heart. You know what I'm saying? He trusts Asham, man. And I mean, for me, man, I don't like Asham, bro. Like, I just feel like Asham's just trying to play everybody for his own little thing, you know. He's just trying to use everybody, right? And he's trying to use my boy, man. You can't be using my boy Young-Joon, man. Young-Joon, I think, you know, there's gonna be a climax, bro. You know, like there's gonna be a climax between, Asham and Young-Joon, man, in the coming seasons, because there has to be, you know what I'm saying? Because someone wants to run it, man. Someone behind the scene wants to run the Tong, man, and we'll see what happens, man. But those are my favorites.
Nice. All right, can you go to the next slide? So, Ian, you've already kind of alluded to this, so why don't you give us your favorite character for season 2?
Hong, man. Hong for reals, bro. Hong is dope, man. Hong is dope, man. I just like the way he's just a non-filtered character, and that he kicks ass too, man. He just likes to go out there and just, you know, if he wants some boots, he's gonna get them boots, man. That's all I'm saying. He wants some boots, man. And then Rosalita, bro, Vega. Oh my God, yes. Drop dead gorgeous. I'm not gonna give away. I'm not gonna do any giveaway. I'm not gonna give away anything. But she's an awesome. You meet her in the first episode, because there's like a fight club going on, you know, and she pops out of nowhere, man. I'm like, oh my God, that's my Latina. Yeah. That's my Latina dream right there. You know what I'm saying? Right? Besides Lucy, you know, it's Rosalita. Rosalita. I'm gonna pass it to what do you think, Lucy?
Well, yeah, those two are my favorite. I love him. I oh my gosh, I think from season 2 he's one of my favorites. And the same Rosalita. I hate the sister Sophie. Oh
yes,
oh my God, I was
freaking hate her. Like I wanted to jump inside and punch her. It's like, somebody kick her ass, please. I hate her. The character, not the actress, okay? The character. Oh gosh, yes, I hate her. Yep. But the other two are my favorite. Yeah. Especially Han. He's amazing. I love him. Yeah.
Han's dope.
I think something Wong got a favorite character too. He said his favorite character is Hung Lo.
Dude, he's coming in season 3.
Yeah. He's in the next season.
3.
Yeah,
man, spoilers.
Yeah. So Steve, which one is yours? And CC.
Oh, for me, I gotta agree with you guys. I'm going with Hong, and Rosalia, man. She's freaking amazing. I gotta say, I agree with you. I just don't really like how Sophie really played that part. She makes you just angry.
Yeah.
Also, Miranda was also an awesome part. Yeah, I was gearing into finishing season 1, like right when it started, and going into season 2, and they switched my Hulu HBO Max, and they went to Cinemax, and then they brought it back. So I'm getting fully caught up with season 2 and closing it out. But I was right in the beginning of season 2, and they took it off, and then when they brought it back, I just started picking right back up. But what about you? What about you, JR? What's cracking?
Well, first off, I like Miranda just for the simple fact that she's based on a real person. I mean, they had some little vignettes at the end of the show, like after the credits, where they're talking about like she actually did that, where she had women that she saved and brought to Sonoma and stuff. Now that's kind of a cool little nod. I don't know where they're going to go with that.
Oh my god, I forgot about her character. I was trying to figure out who she was.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
that's
but
true.
I thought that was cool. Rosalita, I mean, you guys know I've got a softie for Mexican women. You just see her come to the screen. I was just like, can we have more of her? The one thing I liked about Hong is that they did it real down key, but he was gay.
Yep.
And I just was like, they didn't like bash you over the fucking head with it, but they were just like, some of the scenes where he's like, when him and Young June were talking, he's like, those tits don't do anything for you. And he's like, nah, man, I'm good. Go for it. It's all yours. I mean, just the little conversation they throw in the background between those two just would crack me up.
Yeah.
It's just like, if you're down, you're down. It doesn't matter what you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And,
That's right.
And that necklace weapon of his is just badass.
Oh,
Yeah, he's sick, bro.
I mean,
He's like the drunk. Remember that the Jackie Chan, the drunken, what was it called?
yeah, Drunken Master.
Drunken Master. That keep reminding me of
Yeah.
the Drunken Master, man. I was like, I used to watch that when I was high as hell, bro. Like the Drunken Master, and I was like, oh, dude.
But I just love like he shows up in that one episode where they're supposed to do that tournament, and they're talking about they took everyone's weapons, and he still has his fucking necklace, and it's like, that's worse than a lot of the weapons that other people had.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew how to use that.
That's right.
Fuck yeah.
That's how he got them boots.
Yeah.
Oh, he wanted the boots. That was so funny. I love that part. Yeah.
Did you want them boots too, Lucy?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So funny.
But yeah, you know what? I echo every one of your sentiments. Like Hong, Nelly, Rosalita, definitely my faves for season 2. Sophie, God, oh my God, that character. I was just like, why are you doing this? So I fully agree with all y'all. I do like the fact, again, like, strong women, right? Like Nelly Davenport, and how she wanted to help all these immigrants, and how she created this environment that nurtures women. I mean, it's fantastic. I loved it. I mean, I didn't even know that actually existed. So thank you, JR, for pointing out that it's actually historical.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I'm like, oh my God, this is again a fantastic thing. And same thing with Rosalita. I mean, you have another powerful woman. I mean, she will not stop to get what she wants, and she got what she wanted. So it's again, this is the overall theme of this. It's just like, it's just nonstop. All the characters are fully vetted out, and they are strong. I mean, you don't have a woe is me character at all.
You got to feel for Penny, though, man. I like that character too, man. She's in season 1, season 2, the mayor's wife. Yeah, she's just trying to, she's trying to break off, man. And the white men were trying to hold her down. That's what I gotta say, right? That's basically what was happening.
She's also like once I think on season 2, like it shows more, or even season 1, a little bit of it. Like she's like, I'm gonna take care of my own shit, like like go all over me. So yeah, it's another one, I guess, like trying to get out of that.
She's trying to get her own independence.
Like she's showing like her husband that she ain't gonna just be a housewife, basically.
Housewife, yeah.
I like that. I like her too.
All right. So speaking of, like, again, that's a great lead in, Lucy, about the good show. So can you tell us what is your favorite episode? Can you go to the next slide? And it's funny that you and Ian both chose the same episode.
Yes, I love this one, and especially because, well, this is the first time they kind of go out of San Francisco. Like they get sent away to pick up. Uh, they tell them it's a dead relative of something like that. An uncle, and they're at this town. They stop at this what is it? A bar, right? It's a
Yeah.
hotel
It's a
bar kind of
town in the
thing.
middle of nowhere, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just like,
It's a bar
Yes.
brothel all in one.
Yes. Yeah. So they're staying there, and well, they don't want trouble or anything, just kind of like on their own. And I really like that, well, the cook and how what's his name? He Assam, he likes the food, and then realize it's somebody kind of from his town, or they know the town or something like that. Do you remember, Ian? Um
they didn't say the town, but I
but they
mean,
kind of know, they kind
yeah.
of they know kind of like where
Was it
they're
in
from.
Nevada or something? They said like because they were
Oh
trying to
no,
go to
but
Nevada.
yeah, no, but
Yeah.
the town that Hassan and the cook that they
Oh
were
yeah,
from,
yeah. They
They
were
met in
from.
China.
Yeah, yeah. I
it
remember.
felt
Yep.
familiar,
Yep.
felt like, like a little bit like it
Mhm.
gave him kind of like homesick kind of thing. So he liked the meal, and he was talking to him, and how he Assam, who had just kind of got there. Um so that I like that part that they kind of like talking about it. And the lady who's running the bar, I liked her too. And Jung, young June, how he sleeps with, I guess it's a prostitute, whore or something,
Oh yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but he kind of falls for
JR's all,
her.
oh yeah.
They don't
A
really
lady
speak.
friend.
Yeah, like she's Indian, right? Like I want to say she's a native, and they don't speak the same language really. So, but he kind of falls for her, and they understand each other, and he kind of wants to, like, it kind of gave him like, once he kind of wants to run away with her, and he kind of sees that he has an option to get away from all the craziness that his dad is running, back in San Francisco. So that special moment between them, that was like my favorite part. That's why that episode is one of my favorites, because of that right there. And it's a crazy scene too. There's some crazy shit happens on that episode, but
Mhm.
that specific one of their relationship, kind of, that happened for a little bit, that was like my favorite part, that you can see his other side of him. Yeah. So Ian, tell me, what's your favorite part on this episode?
Oh man, I mean, I don't know why, but I'm like a big Clint Eastwood Western fan. And it
Mhm.
reminded me of like the movies like The Fistful of Dollars, The Good, The Bad, The Ugly, and A Few Dollars More, man. Remember all that stuff, man? That classic stuff that comes on TBS or used to come on CBS, or whatever, man, during the day, and you're like half asleep, like, oh shit, I'm gonna wake up and watch this, man. It's Clint Eastwood. Like it's kind of reminding me of all of that, man. You had, Assam and Young June against like all these cats, right? And you had, but I also enjoyed like the relationship that, the kind of the side relationship between the bar owner and the wife too,
Mhm.
and how that's kind of like there, I mean, there could not be any interracial marriages back in those
Mhm.
days. Like there was a law, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like most brown and Asian cats, man. I took Asian American studies and African American studies and that stuff, and you learn that stuff in college, man. You never know until you're in college and you learn all that stuff. Like, damn, really, it was like that, but it really was, man. And
Yeah.
but I just, for me, it's like the spaghetti western, like it was just the spaghetti western Clint Eastwood stuff, man. Like one of my favorites is A Fistful of Dollars, man. It's kind of remind me of that, just like a all out shootout fight, a lot of action. And then you had Young June fall in love with the quaint, the quaint native woman, you know what I'm saying? So, that's where I think I really start connecting with Young June, man. I was like, yo, man, he has heart. This cat has heart, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was a great story overall, man. And like, it's just reminds me of the old Westerns. It was done really well in a modern way. So, yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Steve, what was your favorite episode?
My favorite episode was Chinese boxing, man. So this was like the earlier episode was a turf war, so you got to see them kind of feuding. They come to an agreement where whoever, Chang kind of develops this arena,
Mhm.
and whoever wins gets to control, their fill or their portion and
The territory,
the territory. Yeah. And they end up moving out.
right?
And the great part about this scene is you see them training, you see, I mean, it's just beautiful. Like just watching martial arts and the intricacy and the beauty of it. You see them, this whole build up into what's going to happen. And then you kind of get down to this fight. And you got the cops that are kind of involved in it too, because they're wondering what's going on here. Where are we going? Where are we headed? They're trying to do, they're trying to find out who's been killing, these people in the alleyways and whatnot. And the fight scene is just awesome, man. I mean, you see both of them clash, and I mean, you see Andrew really get down with that Bruce Lee technique. And unfortunately, you kind of think that he's going to win, and unfortunately, he gets really cocky. What we see in this climax is you see his opponent like building up and using his ancient martial arts. I mean, he's getting whacked in the back and just breaking these sticks, fighting against everybody. Like they're just at odds end. I mean, he's just really taking it serious because he wants to win, and he's also in bed with his sister. So like you find out the sister is, like she's wanting to really hold that territory. And man, she's cunning, man. She, kills her old man, and she's heartless and, like she does not mess around, man. And so at the end, you really see the loss. You see, like the owner of the brothel take Andrew in, get him up to speed, like he gets him smoking opium to kind of get back into what he's doing. And the thing I like about these scenes and the whole montage is you see him going back to his relationship with his sister, them separating. You also see him in him finding like his martial arts training and kind of building up. And you also see, Yao, man, he's being told that you cannot talk to him and he's no good to us. And it's an unfortunate. You also see a great scene where he is coming to talk to Jason, telling him basically like it's pretty much over, we can't talk to each other anymore. And I think that was a real epic scene. It's a really sensitive scene, although they didn't really go into feeling there. You could still feel that they're like brothers in some sort of sense. And to be able to say goodbye to somebody or to be able to say I have to turn my back on you, it's just a real hurtful thing, man. And the thing that you also see is a sister, like going back to the sister, she is badass, man. She, like there's very misogynistic Asian men that are a part of this clique, and they are not happy, with her taking reign, and what does she do, man? She goes and just shoots the guy in the head as an example and says, I know, having a woman is not your ideal situation. And she just pops the dude right in the head. And they're like, does anybody else have an objective?
Yeah, see,
like,
breaking stereotypes.
Like, y'all ever heard of Aretha Franklin? You ever heard that song of Aretha Franklin sang?
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Damn.
I mean, she really did, man. She just, like it was an amazing scene. I think this episode is, I could go back and watch this episode over and over and over. It's just, I mean, there was so much movement in it. Like you had bits and pieces of everybody. You'd also see the mayor's wife in there because she, she really, like kind of feels for.
Oh yeah, she's in love.
I know, right?
Yeah. And
she's taking your man, Lucy.
That's right.
Once you go Chinese, you never go back.
Yeah, man. She's like, no. But like that scene was epic because you see the cops, like shoot up, because he was gonna face getting his neck broken. I mean, he already got his nose busted up. He's just kind of totally got outclassed in the end, and it was amazing. Shout out to Guy Fawkes.
After he was already in jail, right? Is this what's right? He was in jail already, right? Like, so he kind of also feels for Assam already, right? He kind of liked him. Like, he's like, this dude, it's a little bit different because he speaks English.
That's right.
Yeah,
so him a little different.
And the homage to, like, I mean, I don't know if it was homage or not, but it would kind of remind me of Bloodsport, man. That's one of my favorite movies back in the day. I was like, yo, let's do this Bloodsport style, man. You don't walk off the court You don't walk off the court. You get dragged off the court, man.
Yep.
You know, like that was dope, dude.
They were actually the originators here in Warriors.
I know, right? They're like, you copied us, man. You just went to the future and went back. You know, so.
But I also like how it kind of humbled him too. It made it so like the next season, it's not like, okay, I'm king of the fucking hill. Let's do this. It was like, you see the start of the next season, he's like starting from the bottom up, working his way up to get that confidence and everything back and get his swag back.
That's
and he knew it. It made him knew he wasn't the best. He had to refine himself.
Yep.
He had to refine his fighting style, you know?
Yep. Yeah. And that's a perfect lead in to JR's favorite episode, which was in season 2.
Yeah.
Enter the Dragon.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, I don't remember if it was the previous episode or the beginning of this episode where they end up hanging Jake up and basically set the Irish off. The Irish decide to come in Chinatown and they're just like, you know, we're going to fucking just destroy everything. And one of my favorite moments in this was when you see young June, and you see the guys walking up.
Oh,
and then you see the other guy from his sister's clan come up. And at first we're kind of like this. They're like going like, what the fuck? And it's kind of like I had the moment kind of like Ian before at Comic-Con where you looked at each other, kind of sized each other up and went, okay, motherfucker, let's take care of this. And you just see them look at each other and just go, we're going to put this shit aside. Let's deal with this trash first. And they just fucking cleaned house.
Unity.
I kind of wish I was there. I was like, yo, let me get in on this. Let me jump in the team.
Yeah.
Oh
Let's
go.
I was just like, yes, finally they're gonna get their ass kicked.
Yeah, and I mean, you just see this whole episode where, I mean, the different scenes, like when Father June saves young June's life, and you're just like, oh, you actually do give a shit about him.
You do care about your son.
And you have that scene. You have the scene where June gets the nunchucks, and you're just like, oh, that's fucking Bruce Lee.
Yep.
You're just looking at it going, yeah, you guys are fucked. Everyone has their moment in that whole episode. Even the big white dude for the Irish has his moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like, it's just all out brawl, and you feel bad because a guy got killed for no fucking reason, or for pointless fucking reason.
I cried when that happened. I cried. I was just like, no.
If I had a soul, I would cry, but
I dare. You know, you had like some tears.
I'll be honest. I would have been happier if it was the sister, the white girl. The white girl. She fucking drives me nuts.
Yes. She knew. She kind of like fucked up. She was just like, oh my god, like
she fucked up.
Yes.
But when she was running to try to save him, and she gets knocked down, it reminded me of Game of Thrones when Arya had to watch her father get his head chopped off.
Oh yes.
It was that kind of moment where just like they're gonna redeem her down the line. You could tell something's gonna happen with her. But going back to the brawl, just there were so many great scenes. I mean, is there anyone else remember any of the other moments that? Because there's so many in there.
Oh, man, this is so much. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say like that brawl was, it made me feel sick to my stomach, and I'll tell you why.
I didn't want to get in.
It's because like you have all these Irishmen just like punching all these Asian people, so it's very relevant to kind of what's going on today. But I mean, just these old ladies are just walking down the street with their kids,
and everything,
and they're getting beat on.
The older people and everything like didn't give a crap. Yeah,
and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening, and they're showing it. Like I felt sick. I'm like, I could not believe that this is happening, that they're actually doing this.
But what I loved about it though is like when the tongs were like, they stood next to each other like, yo man, let's put down whatever our beef. And let's go kick some motherfucking ass. I was like, bro, I want to be there. Steve, let's go, Steve.
I'm down, bro. I was already getting my ass kicking boots on.
Bro, I was just trying to do my punches and shit, getting ready, bro. But this was an actual there was actually a Chinatown riot, the San Francisco riot of 1877 that happened. it says by a white mob, but probably was, it was probably, I don't want to say it, man, because I have a lot of Irish friends in San Francisco, and they're gonna fucking hit me if I just start like bombing on the Irish. Because the thing about is San Francisco, it is a very Irish town. You know what I'm saying? It's a super Irish town because of a lot of Irish immigrants came there for the gold, right? That's why we have the 49ers. That's why the Chinese came. A lot of California is built on gold, on the gold rush. But what really gets me is that it's like, we see it now, right? We see like, the elites pitting the poor against the poor. And I feel for the Irish and I feel for the Chinese, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are we
saying?
Right?
You
It doesn't make no
them.
sense.
You
right?
see both sides, and it's like it's all the government making them do that. It's like because it's like if you don't like, I mean, the Chinese are getting, they'll take any work, right? So it doesn't matter, they're getting paid like less, they will take it. And then the Irishmen, they're like, well, no, you kind of have to pay me what we deserve. They're not don't want to take less, but so they'll go. So I feel like the rich people are making that conflict. So
you mean kind of like the Mexicans and the Americans right now?
There you go. Yeah,
I mean, it's pertinent to what's going on in today's world.
Yeah, and it was history. So I mean,
and it shows you like how much, like not a lot has changed.
Yep.
Yeah. But right now it's just pitting the 99% against the 99%, and the 1% is pitting them. It's the same thing there, man. But man, it's dope, man. I really love. I mean, watching the thing go, man. It reminds me of being back in the city. Like, I used to drive up Kearny, man, to go to Little Italy in San Francisco, and just seeing like, and if you ever walk down Stockton, if you ever in San Francisco and you went to Chinatown, I was there a lot as a kid because my mom liked to shop and shit for Asian food. It's still there, man. All those little alleys are still there. Those little alleys are like and you could see, man, it's like you have people that actually are like multi-generational Americans living in San Francisco that are Asian, Chinese, Filipino, Japanese, and all that other stuff, man. So it's dope, man.
Damn, you got Dan De La Torre representing Oakland, O-Town.
Yo, man, Dan's from Oakland too, bro. We know, what I'm saying? If you're from the Bay, man, man, like it's real, bro. It's still kind of there too. It lingers, man. It lingers in the city, man. You think you think the city's this great tourist place, but there's some grime, man. There's still some grime to it, man, to the city, bro. But I like one thing I like them when they said is like we talked about before when they said Chinatown ain't that big, but it's very deep. You know what I'm saying? And that's a literal sense, and and in the other sense of like it is deep, but it's very deep. You ever been to Chinatown? Like there's always 5 stories, below the building of what things are really going on. You know what I'm saying? I grew up near the Oakland Chinatown, like maybe a block away. I lived there for a while, and they used to play mahjong in the bottom of our basement near our there's a little mahjong, like a casino, man, going on near our where our laundromat was, the next door over in the basement. Like that's Chinatown though, man. Like there's always a casino going in Chinatown. You just don't know where it is. You know what I'm saying?
Asians love to gamble.
That's right, baby.
So
yeah, man.
And yeah, so I mean, this episode was great. A lot of history, just a lot of just like everything. So yeah, it's a great pick. My pick is actually the last episode of season 2. And this one's building up. So this is the one that from the beginning of season 1, you wanted Assam and O'Hara to fight. Because O'Hara was a guy who's leading the Irish. He was the tough guy. And what was great about him is, he wanted what's best for his people. I mean, his character is, you can sympathize with his character because that's what everybody wants. Yeah. Everybody wants like, hey, I want my kind to be treated well, right? No matter what. And like he stood up to them. He went to the mayor. I mean, he did everything that he could to make that happen. And then you have Assam who's doing the same thing. So you have these 2 different views on how things should work all the way through season 1, and you're just like, oh my God, are they going to do it? They're going to throw down? And it finally happens in the last episode of season 2, and I was like, yes. I was like,
Mhm.
I could not believe that this has finally happened, and you get that knockdown, drag out fight that you wanted, and it's all bare knuckles. It's in the rain, it's outside, and they're just going at it. I loved it just for that simple fact of that buildup paid off.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Hey,
was such a good show. And like you said, like that this is one of the Irish that you do feel for, you know, that you understand like his struggles, and he's like you say, he's trying to look up for his people, and it's understandable. Yeah. Yeah, that fight was so good.
So yeah, I mean, his character was based off Kearney, man. You know.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You know, it's
Sam,
crazy,
look at
man.
that.
And it's crazy, man. The Irishman, like in San Francisco, I have a lot of friends that are Irish there that I worked with, and they're down with the Chinese now. You know, like it's all about like they understand like Chinese are the foundation of San Francisco as well, man. So it's a trip now watching this and seeing it now. Like when I was living there, like it really is, man. It's a community now, you know.
It was such a powerful episode. I mean, a way to end season 2. I mean, to Alonzo's point, like I kind of like skipped ahead a little because I was like, oh, I want to check everything out. So I was taking bits and pieces of season 2, and so I have like I knocked out like 2 good episodes, and then I'm like, oh man, let me just watch this and see it, and I'm like, oh man, this is so powerful. I mean, just the entire season, season 1 and season 2, to be able to see this and to be able to introduce this to maybe viewers that really didn't know but are fans of Kung Fu, but then have this narrative in something different and in something that kind of builds history. It's just a powerful thing because it could educate millions of people, and then you have a better idea of that history as well. And then I mean, you got the Kung Fu, bro. Come on, stop.
But I've got to love also at right at the beginning, they're like, here's the stakes. Whoever loses, like we stay out each other's turf, whatever. But the fact they left breadcrumbs all the while during the season, where when Kearney ends up losing, or not Kearney, when the Irish guy loses, he ends up showing up at the courthouse, and he's like, "So I'm in charge of the Irish Union, and we've got a major political part," and he realizes that I can't win this with my fist.
Yep.
I have to change directions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh, that to me, that just reminds me of like Kingpin in the sense of he's just gone to the next level of evil. Because he's now realized that fists aren't going to win the fight every time for you. Anyone can throw a fucking punch. Not anyone can swing a ballot box.
Yep.
And that's where I'm looking forward to in season 3 to see where he goes. Because if he's based on Kearney and he's going to end up running for election and stuff like that, that's going to be some pretty nasty stuff that could happen out of the result of it.
I forgot that he did that. That is true.
Yo, and I just asked Sam. It brings up like, so there's a street named Kearney Street in San Francisco, and it goes all the way down from like west to east and takes you up the city. So I think they probably named the street after this cat, bro. Kearney. Probably. Damn, we gonna really know who Kearney is, huh? That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yep.
So it's kind of like loosely based also on whatever happened at that time, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that brings us to the end of our review. So overall, what did you guys think? Can you go to the next slide? So what's your verdict?
It's a freaking amazing show. You need to be watching this. This should be on your watch list.
It's worth 20 hours of your life. Say whatever.
Definitely.
Yep.
One episode a day. It's good.
Why just one episode?
But you want more and more. So it's hard to watch one.
Oh
yeah,
God.
I know, man.
You know what really got me is the opening scene, but then the music, right? They got that spaghetti western music, but it's also hip hop oriented in some sense. Dude, it just really opens up. It makes it 10 times better.
Yes, we were trying to find like some of the songs because the songs are so good, especially on season 2 when they go to that the Mexican part, like that song. oh man, the music, we keep saying like the music's freaking fire. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
5 stars.
There you go. There you go. So the Team Nerd Herd and Lucy from Neri Nerdvana, like, highly recommend this
Yes.
show. So you guys
Highly.
need to tune in and watch it if you haven't already. And if you have, you need to see it again. It's
Yeah.
that simple. You need to see it again.
I wonder if Sam will make his students watch it, bro. Like, because it's real history, but it's it's still rated R rated R TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Might have
yeah.
added some.
Yep.
Right.
So-
Right.
What do we got going on next?
Yo, so at 7:00, man, we got our new show, Bottom Half, our weekly top 11 through 20, and there's some interesting books here, man. There's some interest. I saw the thing. I saw the list, and we're adding a new little segment called the Watch List. So we're gonna be adding some books that I see over on Cover Price, and some books that we may have asked you guys to keep on your watch list. But yo, man, it's gonna be a fun show, man. We always have fun on here, man. And we're gonna have our homie, man, Timo Comics on there. We might bring Lucy on one of these days too, because we need the Lucy touch, man. So I need to book you for one of the shows upcoming. Ooh, we got Danny Girl in here, man. She just subbed up. This is awesome.
Danny,
Right.
thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it and hope you like the content.
Yeah, thank you, Danny. We appreciate you. And then what else have we got, man? Steve, break it down, bro.
Oh man, you already know it's that day of the week. We got the Mondo Mail Call show with our friend and Cuzzo, Geek Driven, Jeff, representing that Spine Ticks crew. We can't wait to see him. We can't wait to see who got what on these mail calls, because I know we always bring that fire, guys. And man, I can't wait. How about you guys?
I can't. I got some serious fire, so you guys better watch out.
Yeah, man. We've known Jeff for a bit, man.
Yeah.
He is the Funko master, man. He is the Funko master. He is.
100%.
So yeah, man. So I don't know what else we got, man. Anything else? Well, Lucy, what you got? Lucy.
Yeah, Lucy, what do you got going on?
Well, I have in an hour, I have Comic Book Woman on Tales from the Flip Side. And my camera's not focused. Sorry. Okay, there. And
good.
on Saturdays, we just moved near Nirvana to Saturdays. It's just
Awesome.
Because Jan's hours, so we had to switch to Saturdays. So now we're on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time and near Nirvana. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't.
I'm going to put you in the link real quick. So just keep going. So I'm going to get the link.
And and tonight, Comic Book Woman, we just changed our the way we do things, and now we're doing like a market report on some female characters or female artists. And tonight we're doing Vanessa Del Rey. If you guys haven't heard of her, she is such a great talented artist who's been doing amazing job for a long time, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about her. So make sure to check us out today in an hour.
So it's going to start at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I will see you in the live chat, Lucy, for sure.
Yeah.
So you can go watch Lucy and then watch us. You'll just have Team
Back to
Nerd
back.
Herd and Lucy all day long, right, Lucy?
Yep.
Yes, if you're not sick of me yet.
No, never
No,
that,
okay.
girl. Never that.
We can never be sick of Lucy,
Thank you.
Come on now.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. JR, you want to send us out?
Yeah. If you want to do it right, collect what you like.
Mm.